All right. Turn one Esper Sentinel from Kyle. Damien fetch. Probably shocking if I had to guess. As it goes for Shadow. Shocking to Steam Vents. Oh, does Kyle not have an Urza Saga? Urza Saga pretty good in the green-white scales list, tutoring up Ozolith. Usually Ozolith is the tutor. Sometimes you can even get a Zabaz and do some legendary rule shenanigans. All right. I do see a...
You guys don't amulet, by the way.
Oh, cool. Welding jar. Patchwork automaton. I was gonna try to pull it up. Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah, Patchwork Automatron is pretty good for this matchup because a deck like Shadow that doesn't play a ton of lands is kind of hard to get around the ward cost.
Yeah, I don't think... it's probably just got to be really difficult for Damien to, like... I mean, he's got to get to, like, 4 mana and drown in the locket or something.
I mean, there could be a world
then
where you dress down and remove it.
Remove the ward, and then, yeah. Even that's still going to be 2 additional mana, and Kyle has a welding jar in play.
Right.
So it's tough to imagine Damien ever can deal with this patchwork.
Without just, like, playing a big Shadow and having a wall in front of it.
Could possibly play a Shadow that's even bigger than it.
He is at 15. Yeah, I know you were looking up a card there, but...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Green Ranger, he can cast Dress on end of turn, go back to his turn, and still...
Yeah, and it still won't have it. Weird in-step timing things that you can do.
Yep. Well, Automaton's getting real large in a hurry. That's a Zabaz and then a Walking Ballista. No Scales, no Ozolith, and no Urza Saga for Kyle, though, is going to really slow him down compared to the starts this deck can normally have.
So, I think we're actually seeing the play we were just talking about.
Yeah. Damien
where it's like, on the end step, I'm going to flash this in.
Right. Kyle gets to draw a card as well, though, from his Esper Sentinel. D5AM, thanks for the follow.
This is the part where Damien's kind of got to think a little because he could very well like fetch shock or do something goofy. His opponent just got up.
I think Kyle must have got an important phone call or something. Back down.
But Goss's back down. That matchup was pretty much over in terms of game 1 because he's just like, he's got to resolve Titan.
So Damien actually has a Croxa first. That is a Croxa, right?
Man, everybody's just getting up. Yeah, even TJ got up.
TJ just had to get up from his too. All right. So that is the alternate art Croxa, right?
That is Croxa, yes. The secret lair. The same secret lair in which Wizards told us, don't buy the Euro one if you plan to play it.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. Hey, you know.
They're like, I won't make y'all feel bad. But, your boy going bye-bye here real soon.
There it is.
Look at that goofy guy.
Oh, Kyle draws the Saga finally. So Damien's Croxa sticks in play because of the dress down thing, but he didn't have like a push or anything to deal with that Patchwork Automaton.
Yeah.
Croxa's bigger than it right now.
We got a 6/6 thickie just sitting out there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Delirium either, so this is only a 1/1. And the other issue that Hardened Scale sometimes runs into is like, you don't have a whole lot of trample effects. Right. So you're not like, sometimes just presenting bigger creatures than you, they're like, oh, that sucks. I can't get through right now.
I don't even think that they run any Shadow Spears anymore.
They might play with like one in the side or something.
Okay, so Kyle's doing the trick where you just play Zabalas to Legend Rule itself to get the modular triggers. And now he has a 7/7 automaton, I think. Scryfall is being extremely slow.
So, Damien goes to blocks. He's all the way down to 10. He was a little bit lower than where he was before. Only 1 damage gets through because Croaks can't block or couldn't block something, or he only swung that.
Oh, no, sorry.
But he chomped the automaton with Dragon Race Chandler. And he had another one to chump again. And just so we're clear on the arts, that's not a walking ballista at the bottom. I know it looks like a walking ballista. A lot of people think it's a walking ballista, but it's actually a hanger back walker. That's the secret layer art that they printed that everybody was confused why it wasn't walking ballista, because it literally looks like it's shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a hanger back walker.
Mecha Godzilla.
But
interesting.
yeah, I don't know how that's not the walking ballista. Come on, I'm not dealing with you.
Does Walking Ballista have any cool like secret layers or anything?
I think it eventually got one.
Oh, if Scryfall loads, I'll pull it up.
I believe it got a cool one at some point. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then they released that one. We're like, that one looks like a walking ballista too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sometimes wizards giveth and sometimes they taketh away.
You really like that catchphrase right now, man.
I do. It's the thing I like. I don't know.
Solemn.
The last one I was like caught on was My How the Turns Have Tabled.
Yeah.
That was the other one I was stuck on for a while.
Solemn, S90 Pepper. Maybe that's supposed to be Salt and Pepper. Le Fuego. Thanks for the follows. Damien's at 9.
So cards of note, we got Culligan's Command.
Very good toe.
Expressive Iteration. I think he's just tanking on the way he wants to do first.
If he gets to 5 mana, he can Kolaghan's Command the automaton and make Kyle discard his last card in hand, I think. But then,
He can just swing his Croaks and do that technically, and then play a Dragon Race Chandler as a chump blocker held behind.
Kyle's still just sitting on this welding jar though, so it's just like this automaton does not need to die anytime soon.
Right. This is a really hard spot.
And it's just Esper Sentinel also taxing Damien's mana and netting Kyle some cards. Has Kyle only drawn 1 off of it? Yeah, just 1 off the dress down, I think.
So he decides not to do anything. Puts a counter on there. I would imagine the play is he doesn't want to give Kyle the card from the Esper Sentinel. Kyle, tick up your saga, bro. Look at Damien.
What a friendly opponent. Stirrings, that should find Kyle some gas. So he just finds like a Walker.
There it is.
Archon Ravager, yeah.
There's the gas. Why would you put it like that, Kyle? It's so disrespectful.
He's targeting his DRC with it.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna target creatures. Good luck.
So does Kyle want to make a construct this turn though?
Nah, you just put this in and present potentially lethal.
Yeah, and he gets to pump up the.
Well, actually, you get to present lethal. You get to swing how you want.
Right.
Damien does have the Culligan's Command in hand, so he can do some stuff. Kyle gets too crazy and just sacks his whole board. Because the other thing he gets to do is when you sack his hanger back walker, you get 2 more artifacts.
Right.
You can sack and then move the stuff around.
Kyle plays a Boseiju from hand, I think.
How, Darren, weird question for you. Arcbound Ravager.
Yep.
Okay. If the next set came out and that card had never been printed before, and it got printed in the next set, how do you think people would feel about it? Like if it were just to come out. You think people would be calling for its head to be banned?
No, like it would.
I personally do.
These decks wouldn't fully exist like they do already, but
Right. But now it would exist, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it might kind of, but obviously it's not problematic in any way in modern. People might at first overhype it,
That's what I'm saying.
but it's already not.
There's a lot of these older cards that like don't get played for a while. Like this deck hadn't been being played for a while, and then it's all of a sudden kind of coming back.
No, I mean, before Mox Opal, I remember when Affinity was like really strong at different points. Before Mox Opal was banned, I don't know if I said just Mox Opal or Mox Opal was banned, but
Kyle pointing at his Esper Sentinel saying, "Can I draw, sir? Do you want to pay with
Can
no
I?
mana?"
can you pay one? Would you like to pay one?
Jordan does this thing sometimes where he forgets and he puts a hammer on his Esper Sentinel. He goes, "Yo, you want to pay one?" And I'm like,
Pay
"We
11?
can try 11." And no, I'm okay. I don't need to pay 11. It's fine. But and then he goes, "Oh yeah, that is how it works." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. That is how it works, indeed." That's why people remove it to the Sentinel all the time. It's because like you're guaranteed to draw a card, basically.
Right.
I mean, I guess you kind of are. Unless they Meteor Golem it.
This is a tough combat here, and right now Damien's trying to figure out his targets for this Kolaghan's man. I mean, this is the thing about these scales decks with Ravager. There's no good targets. There's no right answer. There's no good targets.
Yeah, it's not. It's all
Nothing.
bad.
Yeah. Whatever you target, whatever, it just gets sacked. Counters get moved around. Whatever you tried to deal damage to, now it's too big. Whatever you tried to destroy, it either got welding jarred or it got sacked and counters went somewhere else. It's just no right answer.
So it looked like it was 2 damage towards the Sentinel
And then destroy the Ravager.
and destroy the Ravager, which is probably the choice you had to pick.
Yeah.
But again, we know what happens here. Like
Welding jar.
welding jar,
Sack the Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Can't target the automaton. He does not have enough mana.
So we're jumping here. The Arcbound's tapped because of coming back.
From regenerating or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not in combat. So
Does it tap it?
I don't know. He tapped it for some reason. I have no idea if it actually taps, but. Oopsie. If I don't carry change around with me.
Next time this permanent will be destroyed. If it isn't, instead tap it. Remove all damage. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Apex Reader region taps. Alright. Thank you guys. It's not a mechanic that comes up very often anymore. And I have not played in a set where that was like that mechanic.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah. Since I've been playing in like Origins.
Yeah, my time playing since War of the Spark.
Okay.
I've never experienced Magic the Gathering without Baby Teferi.
Tries to block the Zabaz. Kyle's gonna sack it, move the counters around. He gets Arcbound Ravager trigger and the modular trigger from Zabaz.
Huh.
Takes 3, goes to 6. You can play some 7/7 shadows, maybe. Yeah, I think he's just on like 2 iterations in hand.
No, Street Wraith and iteration and Death Shadow now.
Gotcha.
These are the spots where Damien was talking to me. He's like, I don't really like Street Wraith that much. Because in spots like this, it's just so unreasonably playable. Like, you can't really play it at all. But
You mean cycling?
yeah, because you cycle for 2 life. Like, you don't want to be doing that here.
Yeah, that's how you make your
I mean, you do it early, obviously. Like, trust me, I know why they play it. I'm just saying, like, he's saying in these spots, if he were to top deck it,
gotcha.
he's like, I hate it in these spots.
So he finds 2 shadows this turn, and he just is able to hold this Street Wraith in hand, maybe get some kind of trick out of it.
The only problem is I'm pretty sure he's just dead.
Yeah.
He sacks that, he makes 3 flyers, and then he just moves all the counters to one he doesn't block in combat.
Yeah. He can just sack everything to Ravager besides one of the flyers and put the counters on the flyer. It doesn't.
Yeah. And Damien has no mana up.
Wait. Yeah.
So, yeah, Damien understands.
Okay, game 1 goes to Scales.
And he, I think, had enough mana to also besage you the hammer, so he can't even block and gain 11.
Right.
So he's just going to get trampled over.
All right, Damien, fetch, shock, and I think he verbally said Thoughtseize, and Kyle dropped his hand. Yeah, TJ is a very, very good amulet player. I mean, he plays a lot other decks besides amulet, but he's very good at amulet. All right, is that Inquisition? Or is that Thoughtseize? That's Inquisition, right?
Yeah, that's the third boy. We call it Inquisition, the third one.
Okay.
You'll see it. Hardesty said, I'm not getting it because it looks like a turd.
It kind of does. It's just a weirdly colored Kozilek.
Yeah, it's Inquisition. But oh man, Hardesty kills me. So that's just, we've been joking about it like that for a while now, just because it's funny. So Damien takes Sentinel, fire off a Thoughtseize, probably going to grab Ballista. Yeah.
Okay, picking Kyle's hand apart.
We have a Culligan's Command.
Is that a Shadow Spear? Kyle, does he have that on the board? I didn't even know they played that on the board. Damien gets to play like a turn 2 Shadow, though.
Hey, taking the Long Ballista, he doesn't have to worry about it really getting pinged. Obviously, he's open to a top deck of that, but realistically, unlike playing against like the red decks and like other like white decks that have like prismatic ending and stuff like that, you're not too worried about playing it at 1 power.
Right.
Because like you're going to be able to make it bigger as you do combat tricks and stuff like that.
Pendlehaven is Zaba's attack, growing.
Unholy Heat.
Shadow.
Basically going to be really important here. Although like Damien's going, if he wanted to, could have done 2 damage to the boss and blew up the Shadow Spear and forced Kyle to use the Welding Jar. But I think he's going to do it pre-combat, so like if he kills the boss,
Yeah, I would do it.
it's going to be tapped.
Right. Ooh, K-Command, okay.
Yeah.
Blow up. Yeah, I see.
He blows up Shadow Spear and says, I'm going to do 2 damage to your Zabaz before it's equipped, I assume. So Kyle elects to save the Shadow Spear. Damien untaps, has an Unholy Heat for any... Bro, you gotta sack that Welding Jar? What are we doing?
Damien fetch shocks again down to 5. He's got a big Death Shadow.
It's just. Oh man. Oh man. Damien goes, good catch, Brick, thanks. I was like, yeah, man, no problem.
So I guess Kyle's on the jump block with the Inkmoth clan.
I didn't see. Oh no, I don't see it in Damien's graveyard. He still has an unholy heat, so it won't matter.
Right.
So as long as game one was,
Oh, there's a boss.
never mind. At theory, as long as game one was, it's not seeming quite as long now.
No dredge today. Jordan usually plays dredge, but he is playing a bad Tron list. But if you go to our YouTube,
Oh my god, he top decked another unholy.
oh, he just had two.
Oh my god. Dude, these players are drawing hot, dude. Holy cow.
Game 3 here between Damien and Kyle. This Kyle is, and I am Damien's uncle, so we like to give him a hard time when we're playing him.
So we're probably gonna. Okay, well that makes things interesting. It was probably at first going to be a turn one Inquisition to kind of control what Kyle is doing, but Damien drew an Unholy Heat and is probably considering Unholy Heating the creature.
Yeah, it might be worth it to just
But he Inquisitions.
Sometimes it's worth it to just kill that. And Kyle had a welding jar in hand, didn't play it. Just wanted to conserve some information, maybe.
We had
Yeah,
two.
two.
And a relic.
That's really interesting.
Is that a Wandering Emperor?
I sure hope not.
That's exactly what that is.
That is some tech.
My man has the Wandering Emperor in his hard scales deck.
I think Damien just wears that hoodie like every day. He loves that hoodie. It's pretty cool hoodie. I'm not gonna lie, but
He didn't have it yesterday.
true.
He has to wear, work clothes. But, things happen. No, that's definitely the Wandering Emperor.
Wow.
There's no mistake now. I saw it. Why? Kyle's a monster. Kyle is a monster.
Some tech. I mean, I kind of like it.
It's something for sure.
Slam a Zabaz. Legendary rule.
Gonna make it a little bit bigger.
Puts a couple counters on that Zabaz because of the Zabaz ability. That
A creature with modular dies, it gets an additional counter. Oh, wow.
3 rounds today. I mean, we had 8 players.
So,
Oh.
Damien gets an E for 0.
Yeah, take care of those jars.
Weird thing. Can one jar target the other jar to save it?
I think so.
So, if we're in a situation where that might matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's just regenerate target artifact, so.
Target itself. Obviously, sacking's part of the cost. You can't do that. We fetch. We shock. Kyle has a 4-mana card in hand and 1 land. I'm still bothered by this Wandering Emperor. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That is a piece of tech. I'm with it.
So it's Dragon Ace Chandler, Bobble, DRC trigger. So he knows he's going to draw that with this Bobble, so he decides to leave it on top. Bobble Kyle. We see a third copy of Welding Jar on the top of Kyle's deck.
I don't think Damien's killing anything anytime soon.
Well, this Kyle just punts and lets him go. Damien missing the bobble trigger, Pog.
Oh, there you got it.
Alright, yeah. Remembered quick enough, so the board state didn't change any. Because technically on bobble, you draw before your opponent draws, because things like that can matter sometimes. Untap, draw a second Unholy Heat.
That could be useful.
Alright, think a second Unholy Heat. Yeah. So we can see an engineered get popped here. And then shock and land Unholy Heat it.
I mean, it's still gonna live if he regenerates the other welding jar and then regenerates the.
Is it tap sack?
No, it's just sacrifice.
Oh snap!
Damien's just gonna fire off an iteration first.
That's a drown in the lock. That's the card in his hand. It's a secret lair drowning, and there's another one. 2, 3. We got. Doesn't really matter which one you put where. You're gonna put the land in hand and bobble in exile, but you're gonna play that land for turn and then bobble.
Bobble, hand, land, exile.
Looks, it's fourth copy.
I think it's a patchwork.
It is a patchwork. So
Kyle's stuck on one land here though.
yeah, and if he hadn't drawn a land previously, does that have delirium? Because that entered last turn.
I think he's got land, sorcery, artifact, instant. I should have attacked. Go tell him. Quick. Hurry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he passed to second main phase.
He said before he did everything, he passed.
Yeah, I got it.
They're coming at me twisted when we caught him punting it before.
So what he did is he said pass combat, go to second main phase before casting all these, like the iteration and the bobble and stuff. That way he did not turn on delirium before combat. Did it all in the second main phase. So pretty smart play by Damien if he needs to lead back blocker here. Okay, try to unholy heat it. Loading jar. Damien can kind of fog the game a little bit here and just, each one of these heats is like a turbo fog if it, has to be regenerated every time.
Yeah.
Or I just said each one is like a turbo fog, a fog. So
Yeah, you're fine.
Damien's playing turbo fog here. Win a box, yeah. First place wins a box. And a Chipotle gift card.
So this time it swings.
Okay, drown the lock in response to the welding jar. Damien finally finds a way to deal, and he doesn't even have to pop his own engineered explosives.
Yeah, maybe he just thinks it's in his graveyard. I don't know.
I don't know. I think instead of drowning there, you just pop it first and then unholy heat in response, but that way you can save the drown.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't be able to hold it up this turn. Kyle finally hits a land.
And this is where you'd want to save the drown.
Plays Welding Jar before the automaton, so he doesn't get a counter, but doesn't leave a window for Damien to possibly kill it. Although Damien was tapped out, wasn't he?
Yeah, Damien was tapped.
Did he have 1 mana up? I don't remember.
So here comes the brick wall.
Here's a 8/8 shadow. Good luck.
Because we know this Dragon Shadow now has to attack. So it swings. I think I would like to see Damien crack this EE, but like holding up drown's fine as well. The only reason I was saying doing EE on that turn if he didn't have drown is to make sure that Kyle can't do any funny business like with it later, like on his turn.
Yeah. Ravager gonna get drowned.
It's pass. Draw. Street Wraith and a second copy of Engineer Explosives. So this is one of the spots where
EE on 2 and pop it. And then that taps.
I think you just try to get him to use this Welding Jar. It's his third copy of Welding Jar.
Yeah, that could have tapped the automaton
Oh no.
and gotten
Oh no.
for lethal because he could have cycled Street Wraith in hand.
Here it goes.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I'm so afraid to watch Damien pop this engineered on 0 and lose his other engineered explosive.
I think he's gonna pop the one on 2.
I would assume, but
That would be pretty funny.
how funny would that be?
Kyle jams a Beseju as a land, not channeling it. Plays Shadow Spear. Okay, Shadow Spear. Take that up. Quip, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's gonna need some life here. Again, the only problem is this Death Shadow a big boy.
Yeah.
Death
I guess
Shadow.
the line I said wouldn't have been lethal. It would have put him at 1, and then he would have been
Right.
tapped out, and he would have died in the backswing probably. So my line would have been bad. Never mind.
It's okay, man.
He is gonna pop it. Go tell him.
I called it, chat.
I'm dying, dude. So he just has Street Wraith in hand, right? Damien's not one. He
The disrespectful ...
it.
I mean, it's not.
happens.
It's like, Taryn, you can't post this one, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Oh boy, Damien, gonna get toasted in the chat.
You two people are so ruthless, man. Okay, just jam the Street Wraith. So shock and land, jam Street Wraith. Swamp Walk, not relevant.
If you plan to play your Street Wraith, I would like to see the Death Shadow be swung. Because then that puts him at
Yeah.
lethal here if he didn't block.
Oh yeah, he's at 8. Iteration, surveil.
Like, alright, would have killed him, so he would have had to block. Culligan's command. Good enough.
I mean, Automaton has ward too, but he can get rid of the Shadow Spear, so.
Yeah, and then, but again, he's also at 8, so he has to block anyway, so he's going to lose his creature.
Right. He can actually, yeah, he can just swing with everything and deal 2 to face, and that should
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do.
well, he gets to gain some life, so maybe not. But it's close.
Yeah, Shadow's also bigger as a creature.
Oh, and you can just...
It's also bigger if he dress downs.
Yeah, that shrinks his DRC, though. Yeah, Shadow's currently a 10/10, not a 8/8. I'm sure they'll get it.
But says block here. I believe you just.
Not really a reason to dress down here, I don't think.
I believe you just call against command. Because now you're gonna make your Dragon Race Chandler smaller.
Oh, it does remove the lifelink and ward, though. So there's that.
I mean,
stops Kyle from gaining life.
If you destroy the Shadow Spear with call against command, it doesn't matter. You just destroy the Shadow Spear and you shoot him in the face for 2.
Yeah.
Or make him discard the Wanderer so he can't like draw land and have protection next turn.
Just gonna save the Kolaghan's command because it dies anyways. Kyle goes up to down to 6 after gaining some life.
This could also be like a spot where, you know, Damien got a little flustered after he blew up his ED.
Yeah, that happens.
Like,
that's pretty easy to. So now
we'll clean up the game, blow it up.
Yep.
And call it a day.
Okay, Shadow getting there.